without losing him, right? Because he's agreed to come on. So let me get to Kayla, and then we'll explain all this, and then we'll get to Ethan. So jumping into second day update. Kayla's on the line. Kayla, thank you very much, Kayla, for coming on. I just want to run through this, and then we have apparently Ethan. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Right, so he's agreed to come on, but we don't. He can't. They're telling me he can't hear us yet. So here we go. So you say you guys met on Tinder. What happened?
Okay, so we met on Tinder, and we were really drawn to each other because we're both originally from Michigan. We're from two totally different areas.
Geography is a big connector for me, too.
Honestly, it really is because, like your background already kind of in a weird way. So we were really drawn to each other, and, like, even though we were like from different areas, like that was the whole thing that we liked. And we went around like 3 times, and the first time was really magical, and the second date was also really magical. But the third one felt really off, and I haven't heard from him since.
And what was off about it? What did you sense?
I mean, he like left early. Like he told me he had to get up early, and I don't know. So like, I guess I should tell you a little bit more about like the first two as to like why they were different. So,
sure.
I'm from the Detroit area and he's from Dexter. And so we had a lot to talk about. The 2 dates were amazing. And the first date was drinks, which led to dinner and a really lovely kiss. And then the second one was dinner. And we also like went on a walk and had froyo. And we ended up back at my place, and it got like pretty steamy, but he didn't end up spending the night. So I had like really high hopes at this point for our third date, but just like after all of that buildup, the spark was just not there. And he made like this excuse that he had to be up early. So I was very clear.
How do you know he made it up? Because it was not in the dialogue until last minute?
Yeah, no, it was like out of nowhere. It was like, oh yeah, like I've got to be up. Like, I don't know. It was just kind of out of nowhere.
I've said that all my life.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, yeah, and it's true for you and us.
Tanya, haven't you said that in your dating lives?
For sure.
All right. So, Kayla, I got it. We're going to get him on the phone. You'll hold on. We'll come back in a few minutes. We'll try and talk to him and find out while you listen in what happened on this third date. Because you like the dude, right?
I just don't know what went wrong,
Okay, hold 1 second. It sounds like everything's going pretty well, right? You know what struck me? Froyo. So
I saw you.
Did you see me react to that?
Yeah.
I've not gone on a froyo date in a long time. I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I wanted to ask you guys, do you layer your toppings? Like not all on top, you ask them for a layer?
You can make your
it?
own, but yeah. I haven't layered it, no.
You don't do a floor and then a froyo and then a floor and then you have to build it like that. You build it like a skyscraper.
I don't put that much frozen yogurt in it to have to layer it.
Yeah, Sisney eats like small portions.
Well, that's not fair. That's not fair if you have discipline. I do. When I make my own, I do it with the little curly on top.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, I stuff my thing to the max.
All right, let's come back and see if we can. Here's Ethan coming up next. We'll talk to Ethan about Kayla. Second date update. So let's get to second date update. So Kayla says they met on Tinder. They were from Michigan. They had that connection. They went out twice. There was a kiss after the first date. Had frozen yogurt for a date. Then the third date felt off, and he said he's got to cut it short to go home because he's got to get up early. So that's what we know. And she likes him, but she can't figure out what turn. So Kayla, I have Ethan on the phone. Be very quiet. I'm going to talk to him now, okay?
Okay.
Tanya Sisney, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Second date update. Ethan, are you there? Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi. How's it going?
It's going well. Thank you, Ethan. My name is Ryan Seacrest. Your voice is on the radio here on Kiss FM. I have Sisney and Tanya with me. Do you have a minute?
Yeah, sure, Ryan. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
We're calling you about someone named Kayla that you met on Tinder.
Oh, yeah. I know Kayla.
How was you went on a couple dates with her?
Yeah, a few times. Yeah, we went on a couple times.
How were those dates?
They were great.
What do you think of Kayla? I say the name, and what goes through your mind? What do you feel?
Well, on the dates we clicked. I think we had a nice time.
Was there
I
any
liked her.
unclicking?
I don't know. She was just like too much of a party girl, I guess.
And what do you mean?
Well, listen, it's none of my business. I don't even know if I should say it. Listen, she's just like, I don't know. I really liked her, and if I was given the opportunity, I just wouldn't have kissed anyone else, you know?
Did you kiss someone else?
It's her story to tell. It's my understanding that she did.
Wait, she kissed... explain to me this. So you went out with her and you kissed her after a date. Is that correct?
So, no, I went out with her, and we hit it off. We had a great time, but at dinner, she was telling me about a crazy party that she went to the weekend prior. This is after we went out already, and that she got drunk and just made out with some random guy.
And she told you that?
Yeah, she said it like very nonchalantly, like as if it didn't mean anything.
And that hurt your feelings?
Well, I don't know. Like if I was in the same situation and
you wouldn't have done it.
Her, I wouldn't have done it.
No,
No,
you're in a situation where you have probably not said don't go out with other people, right? Or have you talked about that with her?
No, I mean it's just been casual so far. That's fine. It's just like I don't know.
It
I
just
was
hurt.
a little turned off.
Got it.
Yeah.
It totally makes sense. Do you give her any credit for being honest with you?
I guess I didn't really think about that, but yeah, sure. It's great that she didn't keep that from me.
But this issue aside, you like Kayla. There's a lot about Kayla you like.
I like Kayla. We got along. We clicked. I just don't know if I'm into her a lot more than she's into me because that's what it seems like.
Well, let's ask her. Ethan, she's on the line with us right now. Kayla, is all this adding up to you now?
Yeah, I'd like to speak to what he's talking about.
Sure.
So, yeah, at dinner that night, I was talking about this party that I went to, and that I thought it was a funny story because it's not something that I typically do, but I made out with some guy, and it totally didn't mean anything. And I guess, to me, it didn't seem like a big deal because it was just like a funny story, and I was just making conversation. And it's not something that I typically do, but it was totally a dare, and it was my brother's friend. So it wasn't like I was actually into him. It was not like it was romantic. It was just a really funny story. But I can see why that he would be thrown by that, I guess.
So to me, Ethan, all of this makes sense. It makes sense that your feelings were hurt. It makes sense that she didn't think too much about it because of where you guys are in your situation and your relationship. But it also makes sense you guys should probably put this behind you and try and go out one more time. Don't you think?
Yeah. You know what? I think that sounds like a good idea. I mean, if it's true that she's still into it and she wants to go out again, I think that we really hit it off and had chemistry, and it would be nice to go out again. It's just that I think that story about her kissing someone else made me think she just was not interested.
Okay.
But you know what?
I'm really into this,
She ain't
actually.
telling me the truth.
All right. Well, then I think our work is done, and good luck to both you, Ethan and Kayla. Thank you very much for coming on.
All right. Thanks, Ryan.
Okay. You got it, Ethan. Thank you, Kayla. Bye-bye.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Did anybody do anything wrong there?
I don't think so. I think he was just a little insecure and just...
So here's the question. At what point in dating do you stop kissing other people if you don't talk about the situation that you're in? How do you guess that?
When you
and when is it wrong? When is it wrong?
When you really start talking about those feelings.
When you become boyfriend, girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So it's totally fine, although it could hurt if you kiss someone else in the ramp-up period.
Yeah, that's the gray area, which is where bad things happen.
So how do you avoid... Okay, how do you get rid of the gray?
You can't.
You go all in.
No, you can. You just would have to say after that first kiss, this was amazing, which is so weird, right? If he has a first kiss and then says, this is amazing, could you please not kiss anybody else? That seems hard to say.
Yeah, but then what if she's dating other people and she's like, I'm dating other people. I don't know if I want to be exclusive.
How awful is that feeling when you think they're not dating other people and you ask and they tell you that there are some other people?
That's why you don't ask.
Yeah, then you have gray area.
Yeah, the gray area sucks.
You got to pick a path. Either get the gray area or you have the uncomfortable upfront transparency.